Hi and welcome to another episode, and what I've got here is a Yamaha Uw500. That's a Uniform Whiskey 500. And what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to clean it up a bit. Maybe not a huge amount, but I bet there's some dust sitting around inside on the PCB that we could do with cleaning up. There's dust across the top. You know, the connections could do with a bit of a going over. The control knobs need pulling off and washing. You know, general sort of like clean down. The actual scratches and stuff, I'm going to leave them as is because I'm not going to be able to get a matching black, but I am going to give it a good sponge down. So, you know, the thin layer of, and even if I do that, my finger, I can see that there's, you might just think that's my finger juices on there, but it's not, it's actually dust coming off. So I'm going to try to get the dust, the thin layer of sticky dust off without taking yet more paint off or whatever it is on the metal itself. So first, let's go across to the sponsor. Way hey, it's PCBWay. They're a fully featured custom PCB service based in China. It doesn't matter if you're a hobbyist wanting a prototype or a company needing a full-scale rollout. PCBWay have got you covered. PCBWay have a range of services with everything from PCB prototypes, CNCing, 3D printing, and all the way back round again to PCB assembly. If you're not too sure how to bring your wonderful ideas to market, don't worry. PCBWay now have EMS and OEM services, helping you to make sure not only a product is a good product, but a great product. Or, if you're a hobbyist who knows their resistors from their Zeners, or someone who's just learning how to hold a soldering iron, PCBWay have a shared product page where you can either share your PCB designs or have some PCBs made up so you can learn how to solder like the best of them. All this starts from as little as $5 US. Have you noticed that PCBWay is offering a free upgrade from TG130 140 up to TG150, giving that better PCB? While you're there, why not check out the quick links to creating a PCB? Check out PCBWay today by finding our link in the description down below. Aha, and like magic, let's get into this thing. The wrong size. Hey. That's the best size I've got by the looks of it. Oh, next one up. There we go. So it's number 2 across the top. Okay, let's see if we can get in. And it slips, pushing backwards. And there we go. That's the lid off. We see the difference in colour. So yeah, it could do with a bit of a clean. So here's the PCB on it. Okay, so little PCB on the side. I think that's a power regulator. Tell me if I'm wrong. Interesting on how it goes up here and giving the wires and everything. Seems relatively nice and clean. What we've got in the center here, a Yamaha. Can we zoom in with the super fast zoom? Dum dum dum. What have we got? A Yamaha XV874A0, and in the bottom line is 3EK0G. Interesting, and a Yamaha XZ482C0 from 2001. Chip there from 2002. It's also a Yamaha chip. An X248520. Any other Yamaha chips kicking about? Oh, another one down the bottom here. I'm going to zoom out past it, so let's move it across so we can see. A Yamaha YM3436D. Right. So there's some surface mount capacitors and stuff like that. I'm not skillful enough to replace any of them anytime soon. So let's carry on moving about and get this PCB out of here so I can clean the case properly. Could be an interesting one to get into. Let's put these off first though. No. There we go. Oh, that one's come off as well. This one's been awkward. Can I use a chip puller? There we go. That's that one done. Doesn't appear to be screws underneath. Just these two screws here, left and right, holding the PCB in. Should be able to just pop everything out now, unless, as I say, if it turns out these bolts, screw things are real. So let's try to undo these. Put them a little bit lower down so that I don't confuse them for other ones. Oh, it looks as if this whole thing in the front is real, so let me find the correct bit. Bit of a jump cut, but it's 2.5. I'm pointing and you can't see. It's a 2.5 hexadecimal one. So let's undo these, and these are very dusty as well. So now let's see if we can take this out. Oh, this comes off. So that's definitely real. Can we take this out of here yet? Trying to see. There's nothing else holding it in place, so it must be like basically pressure fitted. Oh, I'm being silly, aren't I? There's nuts around the volume controls, so let's sort that out. always use the correct tool for the job. Sarcasm there. Well, that one started to come off by itself. Oh. There we go. Let's match like for like. Don't know why I didn't think of that. I know how these things work. I don't know why I didn't think of it at first. It's probably a nut. There we go. Same like for like. Let's zoom out a little bit again. There we go. So I know which control knob goes with which bolt, which nut. There we go. Let's take this out. Oh yeah, there's another screw on the side, isn't there, for that small PCB. Put that back in there. Where's this one, wasn't it? Yep. Undo that completely, because that should just be able to slide out. Oh, other things are sliding around. There we go. There we go. A few dust bunnies on the inside there. And how bad is it underneath? Oh, it's actually relatively nice and clean underneath. So off I go to give this a bit of a bath. And then we'll come back and have a look how much I've cleaned it up, because really I'm going to have to use isopropyl, because I don't want to use soap and water because I don't want it to get rusty, because I can't dry it quick enough. So might have an idea on camera, you might be able to see that the edge is one colour and then underneath is a different colour. That might just be because of the way it's bent, but yeah. But this lid definitely needs a clean, so do the knobs and the Toslink covers, and well, quite frankly, the screws need a bit of a clean as well. So I'll get on with doing that, and then jump cut back to, oh, let's see how clean it becomes. And since I'm not too bothered, see, that is the serial number on the back, so that we know I'm doing the same thing when I come back with it, because I have only got the one. So for you, it'll be magic, and I'll be straight back. For me, there's at least half an hour's work. So, well, here we are. So buttoned up again. What do you think? Is it cleaner? Might not look it in the realms of the camera. Got to be careful with the top though, because I noticed using the isopropyl and using Goobigon, the top started to fade a little bit. It's not quite as black as it was, though maybe it never was really fully black, but it's not, it wasn't particularly tacky to the touch in the first place, but it's really not tacky to the touch now, let's put it that way. The grimy bits across the top on this red bit, which were very visible to the eye, is now gone, and you might not notice it, but the knobs are now dust free, and what you're seeing is the light reflection. But yeah, it's looking a lot cleaner, feeling a lot cleaner. It does turn on. Do you really want to see that? I mean, I can mess around. Let's plug it in. Find a socket. Is it this one? Yep, that one will do. Power. Turn it on. There we go. Bright red light. There we go. See? So it still turns on. I haven't broken it. That's really it. Just a little bit of a clean up. It does wobble though, I have noticed, and that's nothing to do with me taking to bits. It was like this when I got it. Well, it's not as bad now actually. when I first got it, before I'd because I did sort of like bend it back into shape, but when I first got it, it wobbled. So you might want to have to sort that out yourself as well when doing it. Taking it to bits, and basically while the PCB's not in there, you know, bend it into shape a little bit. So it sits a lot flatter now than it did before. That could just be wear and tear on the feet as well, but it was a bit wobbly. I know that's another quick one to say that I've been gone for a month, but we're getting back into things. I have definitely got PCBs and things that I need to install. Life's been busy this past month, as always. Those that know me will know why, but yeah. Hopefully my life will be back on track again now to be getting videos out. Maybe not once a week like I used to, but definitely once a month, if not twice a month. But I'll try getting a video out once a week. But until then, don't forget to look down in the description and click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Don't forget to check for links for Discord and the Patreon. But as always, happy gaming.